Space here. How's it been this week?
Great.
Good.
He gets so freaked out it's like,
Oh, really? Is he better at in the neighborhood?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You said you guys went to Porch Park?
Yeah, we went to the park a couple times
Sure.
to try to like expose them to more people and more
Sure.
things. Yeah, it's just like it's never as busy or nice when we come here.
Sure. So, like at the park by you guys, like what is it relative to this? Like half?
Yeah, I would say about half. I mean, it's just as big. It's just not as many people.
Not as populated?
Yeah.
Okay. I just keep an eye on it. Realistically speaking, I always care about like the environments you would actually expose them to.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to like push them a bit more or challenge them, definitely cases like this
Yeah.
are good to practice it. Otherwise, no big deal. The client I just had before you had mentioned something similar.
Like here, it gets.
Well, actually, I'm sorry, not before you. My first client, when he goes on his walk, because today, like the dog was walking like over here, you know, too far out, and I was like, well, how does the dog walk in a normal walk? He's like, oh, he's right here.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Or even like we went out on a hike. We went out like way out northern, like a forest preserve, and he was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. How's he doing with the stay stuff?
Good. Like doing the thing, like all the kids practiced it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good. Has your daughter worked with him at all?
The oldest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how's he doing with her?
Fine. Yeah. He's been doing great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. It really just comes down to reinforcing stuff, you know, because if anybody decides like, oh, he's doing so good, I'm gonna like give him a break.
Yeah.
You start to take steps back, no matter how long you've been doing the training for, because you'll always learn new habits. Okay. Very good. So we'll go ahead and start the recall stuff today. So we're actually gonna leave both. We're gonna put 2 leashes on them. So we'll leave that one on as well. And you can clip your long leash to the same ring that your regular leash is on. Okay. Who's gonna do the first run of practice? So let's go ahead and swap leashes. She'll take the short leash and you'll take the long leash.
Unravel it?
Yeah, you can unravel it.
Okay. And you want me to leave this on him?
Yes, and let me have you go ahead. I'll have you walk with Bear, or actually you can walk this way and then I'll have you kind of be here. Okay, so because you're gonna need space, so he doesn't get wrapped up around that tree. So go ahead and move forward. Good, forward. Yeah, this is like the most, it's like the messiest command there is. So don't worry about it. That's normal. Good, that's good right there. And let me have you just come back this way. This way you don't get blocked by that tree. Good. So, we're not going to worry about the come command right now. Okay? We're going to just teach them that the remote means something different. So the past couple weeks it's meant, you know, come to my left side, put your butt down when you stop, or to like stay in position, right? So what we need to do here is teach Bear that the remote also means the come means, okay? Now, the way he interprets the remote is contingent on what life looks like within that moment, right? So when you're walking with Bear and he's here, you know, and you're here to him, if he's slowing down, the tap would make it bring him up like this. This is how life looks. So here, now that you're 30 feet or whatever distance away, and he's looking at you, life looks very different. So now when he feels that tap, that's how he's going to decipher what he's supposed to do. So in the beginning, we're not putting the word come, because if he does come to you, it doesn't give us anything to teach. Okay? We will layer that word later on today.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is if you take your leash, go ahead and step back a little bit. And keep stepping back. Hold on to Bear. So can you feel that tension there? Right? So there's a little bit of tension on his collar, right? So when I get just a bit of tension, I'm going to also tap on the remote until Bear starts to move towards you. Okay? So I put tension, I'm tapping, and the moment I see Bear move to you, you're going to stop walking backwards, or start walking backwards, okay? And as you see he's moving to you, you then come to a stop. You'll take at least 2 to 3 steps back. More is perfectly fine if needed, okay? Once Bear is here, and you would actually stop as soon as you see Bear moving towards you. Once he's here, you would praise and then you would reset. Okay? If bear moves to you and goes the opposite way, you would turn to face him, keep tapping this way. Okay? So you're always facing him, but always moving away from him. So if he arrives and then he goes that way, you pivot to face him and start moving back and tapping until he comes to you this way. Okay? So it's going to be a little crazy in the beginning. As bear's moving towards you, I suggest you really your leash to shorten it, because if you leave it 30 feet long, he's going to be going all over the place. Okay, so it just kind of helps make it easier for him to figure out what to do. Questions? Okay, whenever you're ready. And when you hear me say back, you'll just be moving back. Okay, and then when I say back, you're pushing back. Okay, ready? So you're not going to say anything. You're just going to put tension and tap, tap, and you're going to drop your leash. Sorry, Allison. Yep. There you go. And hold. Yep. And go ahead and pray there. Break. And we'll reset. Okay. So break means his job is done. Break. Boy, you want to grab your short leash, Allison? Try it again. We're going to come back this way. Okay, go ahead and unravel your leash again.
Here.
Good. And you'll pull. So as soon as you see bear walk towards him, you drop your leash, okay? Pull up. Up, tap. Up, tap. Tap, tap, tap.
So maybe trying to get him to come towards me, or break.
Right now, it was just to get him to my down. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, go ahead and pull back to get a little tension there. So, let's go into reset. It's okay. This is all. Just want you to do the nuances of the complicated.
Break.
Okay. Yeah. And then move forward a little bit. Okay. There we go. So we don't walk ourselves on the street. Good. And start to move back. Tap. 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 Drop your leash. Good. And hold right there. Okay, praise. Yeah. Good. Good. We're going to do that a couple more times, okay? What's your number?
My number.
Oh,
77.
36? 73. Good. Good. And walk away with the bear.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
No.
Yeah, hold on to him. Yep. Good. Tap. Good. And then back tap, tap, and drop, tap. Yep. There you go. And hold. Perfect. And praise. Good. Try two more. Tap, yep, tap, good. And wait, good. And praise. Do one more, then we'll swap. Good, yep, very good. 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 Yep. And wait. Good. Give it a tap. There you go. Good. Very good. Let's go to swap. So she'll take long leash with remote. Good hold. Good. Tap, tap, back, back, tap. Good. Now wait. Back, tap, 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 tap. Go ahead and bump your number a little bit, like 5 levels. Tap, back, tap. Good. And wait. Good. Up, tap, back, tap, tap. Tap. Good, wait. Hold.
I have a feeling he has to go to
There
the
you go.
bathroom.
Good, great. Has he potted yet?
No, I don't. Did he go out this morning? I think he might have to go.
If you want to put him on, take off the long leash, give
Okay.
him a little break, and I can review just what happened right there real quick.
Okay, break.
So he started to space out, right? So Allison was correct, pivoted to face him, and then kept moving back. Most people's inclination is that's close enough.
Yeah.
Let me go to my dog. That's not true.
Right.
So we're trying to teach him to come immediately, all the way to you, within a foot to 2 feet. Okay? I don't care where he lands. He can land right, left, front, back. Some dogs go between your legs. Fine, but just here. Okay? If he's even outside of 2 feet, and I come in like this, it's a partial recall. You're going to struggle with him, like kind of bypassing and going off. So by making it very strict and making him come to you 100% of the way is what makes it very clear to him.
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing we're going to add on to this after we do a couple more reps is an auto sit, like with the heel. So once he comes to you, he should put his butt down. I don't care where, but that'll help keep him stationary. Okay. Good to go.
I don't know. Maybe he was
Kind of trick us.
Maybe he was just distracted.
Let's go ahead. If you don't think you got to go, you can clip them up again. We'll do a few more recalls. And you said it was 36 earlier?
Yeah.
So we went up to a 41 or so?
I'm at 40.
Okay. Hold. Right.
Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead and lightly pull up on bear. Give a tap, give a sit. There we go. Good. And relax. Good. Tap, back, back, tap. Keep going. Tap, back, back. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Tap, back, back. There you go. Good. Yep. Good. And praise. And break.
Break.
Good. We'll reset. Try a few more.
I tapped it, sweetie.
Once we say the word come, it'll make things a lot easier.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just our
Tap,
miscommunication.
back, tap, tap. There he is. Good. Good. That was real good. Give him a tap for the sit. Good. And praise. Good. Break. A couple more.
Great.
Good. Yep. Watch the tree. Back tap. There you go. Good job. Good move. Very good. Good. Yep. Okay. One more. Good. Tap, tap, tap. Tap. There you go. You got it. Good. Go ahead and bring him over. All right, we're going to give him a second to rest. So here, what we're doing is not realistic. Okay, you're just setting in the foundation to get them acclimated that remote means to come to you now from the distance, right? What we're going to do is go and attach the word count to this, but essentially, she's getting used to the movements, okay, which you guys are doing really well with. And then when he was passing you up and you would immediately pivot and face him, all that was correct, okay? And sometimes you may find, like, if you practice, he'll just keep passing you up, right? And it's frustrating. You keep at it, okay? If anything, I might bump the number up to get him more serious, take it more seriously, so that he addresses it faster. But the way he was moving right now was good. There was one where you tapped him and he started moving to you, and then you did the tap tap in the middle and he sped up.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm wanting to see.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to see the remote in this context speed him up, if anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's zero to 10, like just kind of like mosey. Very comfortable.
Yes. And what you'll find is, let's say you do a recall, and then Bear gets distracted
Yeah.
to see something, is you'll tap him and he'll shift gears and then continue the rest of the way to you. Okay, so that's how that works. You might find Bear, as you practice, move away from you, either through confusion or panic. Okay? If you see this, you want to keep remoting, have that leash, and keep moving back. Okay? So what can happen is, either if he gets, so let's say you call Bear, right? He responds, and you tap him as he already responded. What do you think would happen? Correct. That's going to push him off the other one, right? So if that happens, I keep tapping, and then he comes back, and then I take it off, okay? And I see it almost every dog, and I really do things with the client to force it to happen, because realistically speaking, when people need the come command to work, it's the dogs chasing something, running towards the street, running away from them, right? It's typically dangerous that they need the dog to return no matter what. So if I have to jack it up to 127 to override whatever he's doing, I don't want him to think in panic and run away. His thing should always be to come back, okay? And the biggest thing is fireworks. When you're out, like this happened with me with the client, somebody set up a firework, the dog spooked, but he tapped the dog came right back, right? And he didn't have to jack it up. I've had other clients that have had to do that in case of an emergency, and the dog will like jump up and squeal, but then 180 right back to them. Okay? So you're working through panic and confusion, preparing for real life, because the other thing is you as a handler, you're gonna get emotional, anxious, nervous, scared, right? My dog's running away. That you have a controlled context now where you're working through that stuff, okay, to prep you for that. So like when the leash wrapped around his butt there, and I kept saying, go, 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 right? Is he was distracted, right? He was like tangled up and stuff. That's life. So it's simple. So what he thinks is, all right, this was happening, but this was the answer. Correct. So then we do want to be mindful of, if the leash wraps around his leg or legs, I'll watch, and as long as it doesn't look terrible, I'll push the dog through it. If it looks like it's wrapped in a way, it can break his leg. I had that happen to a client prior to training. She had the dog on a long leash playing with other dogs, and as he was playing, it wrapped around, and then something happened and it broke his leg, right? So use common sense, but I try to use what I can to my advantage to prep people for real life, okay? So right there, I was around his butt, no big deal. But also for you, you want to keep your movement, okay? because at some point tension's going to kick in, so there's going to be a bit of physical aid to help him with the remote.
Right.
But if you pause and you just sit there like this, he's more likely to stay stuck like that. Okay. So questions about that? All right. So we're going to move into the next step. It's very simple. Everything stays the same, but now you're going to say the word come. I typically say the word, the dog's name first, then the word. So bear come. So you issue the command and then immediately start tapping and moving back. Okay. If you issue the command and bear responds very quickly, you're still going to tap. Okay. Because you're trying to force confusion. So you can work through it. Okay. And we're going to do this in the beginning. Every time you call bear, you're always going to remote him, no matter how fast he moves. Because I want to, you'll see like the kind of confusion or the delay, so you can work through it. Okay? Questions?
Bear, come.
Good. And back. 3 steps. 1, 2. Good. Praise. And break.
Break.
So once you give the cue, you can start moving back.
Bear, come. Bear, come.
Good. Go to dip it down. You're at 40 still?
Yeah.
40. Hold 1 second, Allison. Hold. Wait. Don't touch him. Back. Go down to 35. And back tap to bring him to you.
Yeah, because he's paying attention to his
Yep.
Bear,
Back.
come.
Keep moving back.
Bear, come.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Bear, come.
There he is. Good. And hold. There you go. Good. Okay. Now approach. Good. So, right there, just to point out, when you call bear, his job is to stay at whoever he's with, right?
Okay.
So if you issue the come command, there's like the kind of a stay implied where he's not supposed to leave you, no matter what. Okay, good. So like, let's say you're approaching, and he's like, Mom, right? Like we tend to just see past it because it's nothing bad.
Yeah.
Obedience-wise, it creates an option where he's like, well, if Mom's coming in, I can go say hi to Mom. What if a dog is coming? Then I can just go say hi to the dog, right? So it's very strict and black and white. So he should always be in that immediate space until you give him a new command or give him the break release. Okay? Let's try a few more.
Here. Thanks.
Okay, good. Yep, good hold.
Bear, come. Come.
Good. Good. And praise. We'll try for 2 more, then we'll switch.
Bear, come. Come on. Bear, come.
Good. Very good. And praise.
Good.
Let's go on swap handlers. Excellent. 4 more.
Bear, come.
Good. 3 more.
Bear, come.
Okay. More.
Bear, come.
Excellent. Good. Last one.
Bear, come.
Good. Let's try this. Keep your leash how you have it. Okay. Say heel and walk with Bear over here.
Heel.
Yep. Keep going. Slow to stop. And tap. Yep. Good. Okay. Go ahead and position yourself next to him. There you go. Good. So, did you think he was going to do that?
He is pretty good about the healing. I have been practicing. I mean, obviously not on a leash like this.
Right.
But yeah, he's been good about it. Like leave the house, I try to do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the heel, the tool that we're using, this is FYI, gives you up to off-leash control.
Okay.
Okay? So all it means is you're changing what you're working with. So if you're always working with a 6-foot leash, that's what he's used to.
Yeah.
And some of my clients want more than that. And I go, well, this is the transition. Is I start working the same stuff, but with the longer leash when I have the space to do so. Okay? Now in Chicago, there's off-leash laws, right? But this is like if you go hiking,
Yeah.
and like he's free to do his own thing, but then you see a deer. Bear come, heel, right? Then you walk past that deer, so I don't have to worry about him chasing it. He'll stop, it's gone, great, break, and he's free to be his own dog thing, okay? So, what we're gonna do now is recall and then blending in the stay, okay? I don't recommend you do come and called from the stay command
Oh, okay.
because it's not realistic for one,
Yeah.
because you already have his attention, but two, it creates a problem. And the problem is you'll give him the stay, he's gonna walk away, and as you're walking, he's gonna learn
That you want to.
exactly, so that he's gonna prematurely start leaving to come to you, okay? Now it's not wrong, so I always present it to people and I say, if you wanna take the time to remedy that problem, I have no issue, right? Just more work. If you wanna avoid that problem, then I recommend that you don't do the come and called from a stay position, okay? And there's other things that we do to kind of clarify. Like most people get stuck in the habit of walking away and just calling always. Just I leave and walk, call, right? Where I'll walk away, face the dog, then I'll move, face them, and I'll move again. So I randomize when I actually give the command. It's not guaranteed always in the first one.
Okay.
And then sometimes if I walk away, I might not even call him. I'll come right back to him, right to his side, good boy, then give them a break, or then go into heel to practice for the next thing. Okay. Dogs are very good about picking up on little things that you do. Okay, that you won't even be aware of. So, what we'll do here is we'll do the recall like you were. He'll come to you wherever he lands, right? You get the sit, you're gonna wait a second. If he lands on your right side, you just go stay. And you're gonna shorten your leash or grab the other leash, the short one, and you're gonna pivot out. And then do the little walk around.
Yeah.
Back, good, break, and then repeat.
Okay.
Okay? This is to helping them distinguish between the come to me and the now you don't move. Okay? Questions? Okay, go ahead. Has she gone over the stay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. You have?
Yeah. Do you want to do it or do it?
Start off with heel and then stay.
No.
Recall. So you'll be what you just did, right? Allison will have bear. You'll walk away, do the recall. Once you're here, give the stay, walk around, and then you can do break, or then you can technically go into heel.
There, come. There, come.
Yep, pat back.
Come,
Good.
come.
Good. Now you're going to switch your leashes. Good. Up tap. There you go. And then continue to walk around. Good. Good. Tap, yep, good, good.
Stay. Looks like come.
Going to go back to him. Now, they're going to return to him. Good, going to praise. Good. So, if you do the come from the stay, just remember that you will have to fix it at some point. Okay? What I would do, I have no problem with what you do, is I would get the stay solid first with this, and then start to implement that. Okay? Let's do a couple more. So that was good. So what we would end up doing is blending these commands, because you have a walk with me, you have a come to me, and then you have a don't move. So you can start blending the three things together to help them differentiate what each command actually means. Okay? We'll do a few more, then we'll swap handlers. You guys do heel on the left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had them on the right. The reason why this is important is that your movements. Did you go over the leg movements with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you.
Like turning with the right leg and stuff, is that technically you can have a dog heel on the right, but your movements get flipped. Okay? But for him, it'll be easier if it's always consistent. If you throw in a random one where it's incorrect, it's like whatever. But if you start to do this more often, then when you tap him, he's not going to know, do I go to the right or do I go to the left? Okay? Otherwise, that was pretty good.
Should I do it again or switch handlers?
We'll do a few more reps, then we'll swap.
Oh,
So go ahead and tell him break, and then Allison will take bear.
okay.
Right.
Good. Good. Right. Good.
Bear, come. Come.
Good. Excellent.
Good. Bear. Stay.
Tap. Right.
Stay.
And keep it close for now. Yeah. Keep it close. Okay, and then here you can venture out a little bit more, maybe like 3 feet. Right.
How does he not think you're playing?
Good. Going to go back to the side. That's okay. So if he pivots like that, you saw the butt was on the ground, but he moved the front legs.
Yeah.
That's okay because he's technically, it's like a loophole.
Yeah.
Right? But he's trying to keep eyes on you.
Yeah.
That he's doing this thing. That is, it goes away on its own. So I don't tap that. Only if that butt comes up would you actually remote. Otherwise, you'll create more confusion. Okay? So you can either give him a break or go into a heel. Your choice.
Bear. Heel.
You're supposed to start with your left.
And try a left turn here. Yep. Yep. Good. Going to speed up a little. Good. Left turn again. Good. Going to walk slow. Going to make a pivot to your right. Tap. There you go. Good. Forward tap. Keep going. Good. Pivot again. Good. Good. Then slow to stop. Good. Right. So right there I saw a couple of things that I liked. You started to space off a bit, and then you turned and you tapped and you came in closer to that left leg. Right? So if this is something you'd like to push, it's really that simple. You just start working with the long leash.
Yeah.
Okay? And this, so now it has 30 feet of distance he can go and make mistakes with. Right? But everything that you've done since day one with the about curve, it all stays the same. It's just he has more options now. Okay? So when he stopped and I said keep going, you tap and you sped up and came to your side, that's what's supposed to happen. Exactly. Because the line of communication that you're going to have without that leash is your remote, right? So since it's 30 feet of slack, it's allowing you to communicate with him, not worry if he makes a mistake he's going to get anywhere, but also getting him to be able to work through it. Ideally before tension kicks in. If it does, it's no big deal. But it gradually he'll learn through the remote alone what to do. Okay? Good. We're going to give him a break. Let's do 2 more with you, and then we'll swap to Allison. He already knows. Yeah. That's fine right there. Good. Tap.
Bear, come. Stay.
That's fine for now.
Okay.
Tap. Yep. Yep. Good. Go ahead and turn inwards.
What's that?
Pivot inwards. To your right. Turn like this. There you go. That's fine. Good. Then forward. There you go. Good turn. Go ahead and slow to stop. And then try another stay. Good. Yep, tap. Now here, take your leash, tap him, and put him back where he was, that little spot there. Tap. Pull in the leash. Tap. Yep. Tap. There you go. And then pull up. There you go. It's good. And try again.
Stay.
Good. Good. And then go ahead and tell him heel.
Heel.
Good. And then bring him back to Allison. We'll do one more, then we'll swap. Good. For this one, you'll do your recall, and then go into a heel, and then go into a stay to switch it up.
So, no stay? Or,
Right, so recall, then the heel, then the stay. So you're doing it at the end as opposed to the beginning.
there, come. There, come.
Yep, back. Good.
There,
Good.
come.
He hesitated a little bit. Yep, good.
Heel.
Gotcha, good. Good.
Stay.
Good. And break.
Break.
Good. Let's go and swap. He's doing really well.
I didn't say.
All right. Go ahead and you can work them through it like you did.
To back up or just
I'll go ahead and just do a stay.
stay?
Tap, forward, good. Go ahead and pivot back, turn, tap, turn. There you go. Good. Perfect. Good. Go ahead and break. Again. Good. Now, yep. Good. Good. And pivot to the right. Tap, tap, tap. Keep going. Tap. Yep. Keep walking. Tap. Keep walking. Keep walking. Tap. Keep going. Keep going. Yep, tap, keep going, tap, 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 keep going. Good. Good. Then slow pivot. Good. To your right, good, yep. Go ahead and slow to stop in the sun right there. Good. Tap for the sit. Good. Try to stay.
Stay.
Good. Tap, tap. That's okay. Tap, tap, tap. Good. Yep. Very good. Tap. Good. Good. Back to the side. Good. So since he had trouble in the beginning, I just worry about one complete, and I'll end it so that we end up with a success.
Okay.
Break. Let's try for one more. That's all right. Yeah, you can call him. And back, good. There you go, good job. Good, that's fine. So you can do a stay or a heel.
Okay. Stay.
Good.
There. Heel.
Good. Tap. And go ahead and bring them right here in the center.
Okay.
Excuse me. Good. Right there. Go ahead and come on in. We'll tap it there for the training, and I'll give you your homework, okay? So for practicing, only do this, only use the recall when you can make it happen right now. Okay? So if you let them off the leash like at a dog park or something, don't bother about using the recall.
Yeah.
Just go leash them up and then walk out. Okay? Because you have to build to that degree. If you're working by yourself at Portage Park and you give Bear a break and he doesn't leave your side, it's because we've done so much of the recall stuff that he's kind of like not trusting, right? Is that I'll just walk with him and meander until eventually he gets comfortable, but don't call him right away. Okay. Like give him a few minutes of just being loose and then do a recall, okay? If you're working by yourself, I randomize it. You know, I might go and call him one time, and then the next time I'll call him 2 times, the next time one time, then 5 times, so he doesn't get too paranoid. If you're working with each other, or you're working with your kids, you can, because you can force the distance.
Yeah.
You can do as much as you want, right? Yeah. That's for the sake of practice. That's not really realistic. So what I would like to do is I walk with the dog. I go to the park. I switch my leashes. You can even clip your short leash to your long leash to make a longer leash. And then if he likes squirrels and I see squirrels up a tree, what's that? Right? I let him go up barking and all that stuff. And the longer you let him do that activity, the more disconnected he gets from you.
Right.
So So if I let him do that for 3 minutes and I go, okay, bear, come, now I can use a real life activity or something that would happen to actually make my obedience functional. Okay? If you see him losing interest in those things, it's not out the ordinary. It's because of discipline that now he's kind of like, well, I can't do whatever I want now.
Yeah.
Okay? You can also have the kids like running around and play with him.
Yeah.
And then you have the long leash. It's just be careful when they're running.
Yeah.
But you can, while he's playing with them, you can do a recall off of that. Okay? So you're trying to recreate realistic situations of either using distractions or something like that in activity where he'd be really engaged for you to remove him from. So that this way, if he's playing with dogs, you're kind of building to that degree. Okay? Recall is probably the one command that takes people the longest to get done because it requires you to go from one place to another, right, where you have the space to like work with him. So don't be discouraged if it's not like overnight. It's normal. Okay? Questions?
So I feel like the most we would use this, just I'm thinking like everyday life, is when he's out in the backyard and we want him to come in and he, plays that game with us. Like I'm not coming in.
Sure.
So like, is that okay to practice? He's not on a leash because it's fenced in.
Sure.
Is that okay to practice it with that? Or
I would do a couple with the leash first.
Okay.
Just to get the foundation there.
Okay.
Because since there's no leash, like he understands that you can't force him back.
Yeah.
You'd have to force him back with the remote, which you can do.
Right.
But if you've not worked it, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up cracking it up higher.
Oh.
Because he's going to try to get away from it. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to suck. But once you get that done, like the dog's not going to want to play anymore. He's like, okay, like I get it. You call me, I come to you, right? And I wouldn't let him out and then wait for him to be a problem with recall and then calling him up. If you know that's a game that he plays, I would call him up and then let him out.
Okay.
You said so you avoid the problem.
Okay.
People tend to wait for the problem and then get the control. Then he learns a pattern.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's if you need it. As you work with them, because it's your own yard, it's familiar.
Yeah, it's not
you'll most
big,
likely,
it's just,
you'll most likely end up not needing to call over time as you practice with them. But that's what I would do in the beginning. Okay. Other questions?
I don't think so.
And you can even practice the stuff in your yard too, with the long leash and everything.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same as this, but it's better than.
Well, I was the other day doing the heel, but he had no leash on, and we were practicing that.
Yep. As long as your movements are the same, you should be fine. And then you can schedule your Zoom whenever for the inside stuff.
I do want to do that for especially him barking at the neighbors and stuff.
Yeah. So whenever you're ready, just schedule it.
Okay.
Awesome. So you have your homework for the week. If anything
Thank
pops
you.
up, you let us know.
Sorry we were late.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Okay. Take care. Have a good week.
You too.
Thank you.